Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and their guest.
Good evening.
So we have the following. We have the following announcement. Firstly, the next week, that is 20th of October, there is no meeting that's going to be held. The reason that week due to Diwali Eve, the Mekon office will be closed for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and that's the reason that week we are not going to have a regular meeting. We will have a meeting on 27th of October. That is our next meeting. And the following roles have been booked. One speech slot has been booked by Toastmaster Ujwal. One speech slot is booked by Toastmaster Ajay. All the other roles are open. Please feel free to contact me to book the roles. And the next announcement is the contest season is here. That we are planning to have a humorous speech contest and the table topic contest in the second week of November. The date is tentative, but we'll keep you posted on the Mekon WhatsApp group. So to participate in the humorous speech contest, there are a little eligibility criteria. Firstly, you will have to be a paid membership of Toastmaster till the next renewal cycle. Secondly, you will have to complete. You should have completed level 2 to participate in the humorous speech contest. Once these two are achieved, then you can participate. You can start preparing by practicing for a speech for 5 to 7 minutes. If any other doubts are there, you can feel free to contact me. Yeah, and I'm urging everybody to participate in more number. So next you can go to the next level after that. And for the table topic contest, it will be like a regular table topic session. You'll be given table topic on the spot, and you'll have to prepare for you'll have to come behind the lectern and speak for 1 to 2 minutes. The same guidelines will be followed. So I request everybody to participate in a huge number. And thank you. Now I would request our Associate Sergeant to take it.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Welcome, Toastmasters and my dear guests. So today's topic is energy creates energy. So when I heard this in the WhatsApp, the first thing that lingered on my mind was the Newton's first law of motion. Yes, every body continues to be in a state of motion or rest unless it is compelled by an external force. You know, the Newton didn't say this as a if he were in a Toastmasters club. Let's say if he were in a Toastmasters club, he would say every Toastmaster would continue to be in a state of rest unless the sergeant at arms creates the kind of energy that radiates everyone to take up the topic that is being discussed here. So yeah, energy does create the energy. It's one of the most fundamental laws of the human nature. Take for example the sun. Around 150 crore kilometers from Earth, and he radiates the energy like anything which sustains the human life, and he doesn't need an applause at all. Similarly, a small smile, a big thank you, or any good gesture is an infectious one, and it creates an environment where everyone is open to talk and start radiating that energy. So today, let's begin our journey by each one of us becoming that small little suns, so that we radiate energy, and that energy is permeated and percolated down to everyone, so that each one of us can really enjoy this session. So none other than our acting president Apoorva, who is a bundle of energy of sorts. So the way she has come up through all these days, and the way she's been carrying these sessions, it's wonderful. So I would really welcome our President Apoorva to start the discussion. Thank you.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guest.
Good evening.
I see our guest in our room, please kindly stand up wherever you are and introduce yourself. How you got to know about that?
I'm Shuresh. I'm from basically I'm from Chetan. I'm currently studying engineering in BMS College. BC branch. My cousin brother had a session last year, so he recommended me to join this Toastmasters.
We look forward to you seeing you as a member of our club. Now I request Toastmaster Madhu to read out the minutes of the meeting.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and welcome guests. This is the minutes of the meeting for meeting number 1337 held on the 6th of October. The theme was embracing imperfection and the word of the week was vivacious. The business session started at 6:22 p.m. and was chaired by the acting president, Toastmaster Apoorva TR. In the business session, the following points were addressed. There was no address from the acting president, but in her capacity as Vice President Education, Toastmaster Apoorva mentioned that for the meeting on October 13th, 3 speech slots have been booked and all other roles were open for interested members to take. The regular meeting started at 6:23 p.m. The Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Rachna Sridhar, started the meeting with an introduction about the theme and later handed over the charge to Acting President Toastmaster Apoorva. Acting President Toastmaster Apoorva opened the meeting, spoke on the theme and introduced the Master of Ceremonies, Toastmaster Shuba. The Master of Ceremonies spoke on the theme and introduced the following role takers for the day. Timer was Toastmaster Aadishwar, the R counter was Toastmaster Ujwal, PP Evaluator was Toastmaster Deepa and Grammarian was Toastmaster Sachin. There was one prepared speaker for the day and the speaker was Toastmaster Dr. M. Pasha. Pathway was Presentation Mastery and the Evaluator was TM Bhat. The table topic session was conducted by Toastmaster Veerabhadrappa and there were 12 speakers in total. The general evaluation was conducted by Toastmaster Jyothi and later Toastmaster Chandramauli from Kuttishta Toastmasters addressed the members and invited everyone to join their 600th meeting on 26th of October and spoke of the Link and Think table topics competition that they'd be hosting. The winners of the week were the best prepared speaker, Toastmaster Dr. M. Pasha, best evaluator was DTM Bhat, best table topic speaker was DTM K Prabhakara, best role taker TAPG was Toastmaster Sachin, and best role taker MTG was Toastmaster Veerabhadrappa. The acting president closed the meeting at 8:33 p.m. followed by the national anthem. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Madhu. Are there any amendments proposed? If not, I would like to accept minutes of the meeting number 1337 and open meeting number 1338. Energy creates energy. And one person that comes to my mind when I heard this theme was Elon Musk. Is this one person who runs multiple companies successfully at the same time? Be it SpaceX or Tesla or Twitter. He has multiple companies, but how does he even do it? His continuous enthusiasm, energy is what helps him to do this. And this is what I think that energy does. It inspires you, it kind of transforms you, transform you as a person. And I think that is the same process that I see here at Toastmasters. When we see a speaker who is confident, who comes up with confidence and speaks behind the lectern, somewhere it inspires the other speakers. And this kind of energy is again transformed to a different energy. When a speaker comes here and speaks behind the lectern and the audience is listening to them in excitement, this energy is again transformed and the energy of the speaker behind the lectern is amplified. I must say that Toastmasters is the right place to increase your energy or transform it. To every new member who's joined Toastmasters, I must say you're at the right place because this is the platform which inspires you and transforms your energy. And somewhere in this process, you don't know, you're a new person. Like I remember when I was a new member here at Mekon Communication Club, every time I came behind the lectern and gave a speech. And after the speech, I still remember during the break there were many like fellow members who come to me and say, Apoorva, this area you have improved. Apoorva, this speech went very well. You were very confident behind the lectern. And so what does this happen? What does this create? You know, somewhere there's so much energy and enthusiasm. It is you transform as a person. And you know what? That very night, after the meeting, when I went back home, after my dinner I didn't sleep. You know what I was doing? I was on my Toastmasters international website, scrolling and reading the project guidelines for the next project. So this is what Toastmasters do. And I must say, Mekon Communication Club is the right place for you because this is the very club where every member is always encouraging towards you, and the kind of positive outlook they throw at you, you feel without you yourself knowing, you're so encouraged, and that somehow transforms your energy. On that note, I would like to introduce someone who is a HR manager at Infocon. She has a diploma in counseling skills. She's she's passionate about storytelling and dramatics. She's a voracious reader. Just like the theme for the day, she's a very energetic person. And I must say, I was supposed to be the MC for this current week. At the very last minute, I think sometime around Friday, due to some emergency work, I was not sure if I would be able to attend. And she volunteered, this energetic person volunteered at the very last minute. So that tells you what kind of a person she is, who is always supportive, energetic, and always ready to grab the opportunity to come behind the lectern. Please welcome with a huge round of applause, Toastmaster Jyothi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Apoorva, for that generous, energetic introduction. At times, many of us face a phase when we come up with a broken life. Be it a setback, a heartache, or a self-doubt. We rust thinking of this. The heart within stills for a moment. We wait. We wait for someone to come and fix it up for us. Good evening, Toastmasters and guests.
Good evening.
The Taggart railway line, which was one of the longest, it went around the spine of the mountain in the continent. It twisted like a ribbon of steel. It was there for more than 100 years. As it happens, the rivals ran a strategy and made a downfall of it. For the first time in 100 years, the Taggart railway lines came to a standstill. It lay silent and still. The owner and president, James Taggart, was not a worker. He was a speaker. He signed documents. He interacted with politicians. And so he pointed fingers, blamed the bureaucrats for the downfall of the Taggart railway lines. when he approached the bankers, he was denied the benefit of loan. He had none, not even a pie for the repair of the railway line. No train passed, no whistle blew. The arteries of the commerce was cut down, dried up. No funding, no workers, no engineers. It was then, one morning, James Taggart, in the silence of his failure, finally heard the hum of his purpose, the purpose of his life, the Taggart Railway Line's life. And so, he descended from the towers in a suit, carrying a rusted toolkit. And for the first time, he moved. He went to the railway tracks and he pried and twisted the rail ties. The tools slipped. He cursed. And yet, he continued working with his hands trembling. The workers stood still, watching him in silence. James Taggart continued to work when one of the welder came down to help him. Watching the welder go, 2 more mechanics joined him. In a while, 20 more joined the group. A little later, 40 more joined. Not for money, not for order, but because energy created energy. One man's motion lit a spark, and the spark became a movement. And in that movement, in few days' time, the Taggart railway lines thrived, and then started the humming and whistling of the trains with supplies. Dear Toastmasters, the line you are waiting on, be it a shattered dream, a broken goal, or a halted project, it will not fix on its own. It needs your energy. It needs you to move. Once you move, you take the first stand to move, others will surely join you. Because energy creates energy. And this was known 100 years back from one energetic person, Dr. Rahul Smith. He knew that a well-designed education and a well-crafted feedback will surely energize a person to overcome their public speaking skills, their fear of public speaking. And so, in the year 1924, on 22nd October, at the basement of YMCA St. Anna, California, the Toastmasters Club was formed. And today, we have more than 14,000 clubs, more than 280,000 members in around 149 countries. Mekong Communication Club was founded in the year 1998 by few energetic Toastmasters, energetic people who knew that the energy they gave will help them to multiply and help to create hundreds of Toastmasters who would excel in leadership and communication skills. And to take this meeting forward. We have a team of 4 who will add on to the energy of our speeches. They are the timer, the grammarian, parliamentary procedure, and the R counter. As I call upon your name, please explain your role in brief. Timer, Toastmaster Deepa.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. As a timer, I will time the each speaker, table topic speaker, and prepared speeches, and individual speaker. And I will also notify what is the time left out for each speaker. And for table topics, the remarks should not more than 2 minutes. And I will show for 1 minute green card, and for 1 minute 30 seconds I'll show yellow card, and 2 minutes I'll show red card. And for a prepared speeches, for 5 minutes I'll show green card, and for 6 minutes I'll show yellow card, and for 7 minutes I'll show red card. And for individual evaluation, for 2 minutes I'll show green card, and for 2 minutes 30 seconds I'll show yellow card, and for 3 minutes I'll show red card. I will give the report during the general evaluation. Thank you so much.
At the R counter, we have Toastmaster Rahul.
Happy evening, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guest.
Happy evening.
It is often said, when the energy is high, what is spoken is left behind. And when the energy is high, audience connect to it and they just leave everything. That time, the speaker shines. But I am here not just to make you shine, but to make you an exceptional speaker. So today's my role as an R counter is to make note of words and sounds which are crutch words or filler words. When I say I'll be listening to your speech, and during the speech, if you're using any repeated or overused words, I'll be making a note of these. These words can be and, well, so, I mean, you know, etc. There are filler words such as etc. When called upon, I'll be giving the report. Thank you.
As the PP evaluator, we have Toastmaster Darshan.
Good evening, Toastmasters. So, as the PP for today, I request you all to keep your phones in silent mode and refrain from speaking about sex, religion, or politics, and avoid crosstalks during the speeches, and enter and exit the hall only during the applause. I request you all to follow these guidelines, and I'll give my report
As the grammarian, we have Toastmaster Shuba.
Very good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests present. As the grammarian for today, my role is to oversee the usages of language. I will be taking note of the outstanding phrases, quotes by people used, and the not so good usages and what could be used instead, as well as I will be introducing the word of the week. The word of the week is habituate, meaning to make or become accustomed to something, to get used to a situation, behavior, or condition over time. A usage of this in a sentence is, as speakers, we must habituate our minds to think positively before stepping on stage. I'll give my report during the general evaluation session. Thank you.
For the benefit of the guest, a typical Toastmasters meeting consists of 3 sessions. The first one is the prepared speech session, where the speaker has time to prepare a speech on the guidelines of their pathway for 5 to 7 minutes on a topic of their choice. And the second session is the most exciting session, the table topic session, where the table topic master will call random person, give a random topic, and the speaker has time just till they reach the lectern to speak for 2 minutes. And finally, the third session is the evaluation session, where we learn the proceedings of the meeting and we get feedback what can be done better to refine our speech and other meeting. So without further ado, let's begin our session. Are you ready?
Yes.
And so are the speakers. And so are the listeners.
Yes.
Okay. For the first speaker, before I call the first speaker, I would request the evaluator, Toastmaster Shreya, to please read out the guidelines of the speech.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. The purpose of this speech is to learn or review basic methods for writing a speech with a defined purpose and to present a well-organized speech on any topic. The speaker is to deliver a 5 to 7 minute speech on any topic. The evaluator should focus on the speech content rather than the style of the speech. The speech can be any style, be it informative or humorous. That's it.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shreya. Our first speaker today is attempting Level 1, Project 2 from the Pathway of Presentation Mastery. The first speaker today is a lawyer. He has a record of working 375 days non-stop without taking a single break, even on weekends. He believes discipline in the dark creates transformation in the light. And so, the first speech title is The GPS of Life Recalculating. The GPS of Life Recalculating. Put your hands together and welcome the dynamic Toastmaster Suresh.
Thank you. Last week, I was driving from Kerala to Bangalore, confidently following the GPS until it decided my car needed an off-road adventure. One moment, I was on a smooth, well-lit highway. The next, I was on a narrow, dark, with no humans or even dogs. And my GPS says, go straight for 25 kilometers. So I'm convinced my GPS always plays a prank with me. It's made a habit of it. I'm also convinced my GPS, especially which I use on my mobile, has two personalities. One is for everyone else, and another one is to test my patience and my blood pressure. So somewhere I have habituated to the misguidance given by the GPS to me. Turn left after 300 meters, turn left, it says. I take a left turn and suddenly I see a dead end. Also, 3 confused goats staring at me. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Today I would like to share my Kerala journey experience, the lessons which I have learned, and that's why I have mentioned it as GPS of life. So it taught me how the GPS though it misguides me, somewhere I can connect to my life and learn something from it also. So the GPS which I have used is a metaphor basically. You see,
in my life, I've taken more wrong routes than even a GPS shows on a low signal. I started with post my 12th class. I took 5 years of break from studies. And as a law student, I was working in night shifts. I jumped into sales. Eventually circled back, came back to law practicing. Somewhere, though these sort of detours which happened, the deviation somewhere taught me valuable lessons as well. Wherein sales taught me confidence, night shifts taught me discipline, and struggles taught me gratitude. Back then I thought I was absolutely lost. But in reality, my inner GPS was saying, I'm rerouting your life, recalculating, just go straight. So think about it, when your GPS, while it's shown you the wrong direction and it's rerouting, before even rerouting, when I took a wrong left turn or a wrong direction, it doesn't scream at me. It doesn't shout, you fool, you took a wrong turn, you should have taken some other direction. It doesn't shout at me. It calmly says, rerouting. So what if we treated, so these mistakes, what we do in terms of rerouting, so take the calmness from the GPS. So let's assume you lost your job. It's rerouting. Let's assume a bad relationship has ended. You're rerouting. So any mistakes you do, it will, end of the day, we are taking a positive approach for whatever mistakes happen. So nobody is perfect. When you take actions, I strongly believe failure is not an opposite of success. Failure is the stepping stone. You get to learn more and more. So that's what I strongly believe in. And sometimes those deviations show you the views where you actually will not be able to see in your highways. And also it will show you the potholes which you can never forget also. But I swear I have trust issues with my GPS. Maybe I have been habituated with the wrong misdirections showing throughout. And whenever I travel out stations, I keep a buffer of at least extra half an hour to 1 hour, because it keeps rerouting at least 3 to 4 times consistently. Though I have made settings on my Google Map, there is an option in Google Map where you can do your settings. You only select highway, you only select tollways. Technically, though even I have done that, it will still send me to the forest areas where there is dead end, goats staring at me, no dogs, no animals, no human beings to even question where am I heading. So back to the Kerala journey, the Kerala trip. I've been to Kannur, a beautiful Asia's longest drive-in sea. The same GPS guided me to that beautiful scene as well. And later, while returning back from Kerala to Bangalore, it routed me to a forest area, a pitch dark, no humans, no light, no other vehicles, not even a single dog to understand there are humans living around. So I literally played Hanuman Chalisa for the next 25 kilometers. Several times I played Hanuman Chalisa so that I shouldn't be panicking. I don't know, because some horror movies back in my childhood which I have seen, it started coming to my mind. And I had my wife and son in the car as well. So I saw them strangely, they did not panic, I was the only one who panicked. But it did not give them a sense that I was panicking. They were calm, and my son enjoyed the long drive. And my friends, we get lost sometimes, we take wrong turns, miss exits, and you may feel lonely and endless. So no wrong turn can stop you from reaching the right destination as long as you keep driving forward. So the next time you get confused, take a deep breath, smile, tell yourself rerouting. Because the route may change, but the destination is still yours to reach. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Suresh, for that wonderful speech. I'm sure we'll all keep our GPS open and prepare ourselves for whatever route it chose, dead end or whatever. And with that, we come to the second speech for the day. As the second speech 2 is level 1 project 2 of presentation mastery pathway, the reading of guidelines can be omitted by the evaluator. And so our second speaker of today is currently pursuing his BCom final year at St. Joseph College. He loves to play cricket and watch sports. He loves to travel, and the speech title is Fear is the Door, Courage is the Key. The speech title is Fear is the Door, Courage is the Key. Put your hands together and welcome the enthusiastic Toastmaster Aadishwar.
Fear is only as deep as we let our minds make it. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Have you ever wondered or noticed how fear works dramatically? You are standing before a locked door and you know there's something valuable beyond it. But your mind stops you at that time. It starts yelling at you, wait, can you do that? What if you fail? People will laugh at you. And so you stop, you don't take that moment. But you know the key to that door? It is courage. Courage is not something you get it from others or something. Courage is something you unlock within yourself. Let me tell you a story. When I turned 18, I joined a driving school, car driving school. I was very excited. I wanted to learn to drive a car from very long time. So I was very excited. But yeah, definitely I had fear also. What if I go crash somewhere, or how will I handle the steering? What if I go speed? So I meet the instructor and he tells me, he gives basic instruction and all going fine. He makes me sit on the driving seat. And then I see him sitting next to me. So little calm. Okay, he's sitting next to me. And then I see something. He's got some magical powers. I see an accelerator and clutch on his side also. A brake on his side also. And I'm like, oh, does that actually work, or it just kept it for no use? Like, it actually works. What if you're a learner, so I only have to control? But if you're already going to control, then I'm like, what is fear, bro? I can just drive however I want, he will control. So the classes were going on good. It was a 12 days coaching, 12 days classes. So 3 days went peacefully. On third day, evening, my dad tells me, how was your car class? I'm like, it's going on good. He's like, you can manage and all. I'm like, yeah, I can manage and all. He's like, okay, come, let's go for an ice cream. I was like, so why did you ask that? He's like, come, we'll go for an ice cream, no? I'm like, okay, we go down. He gives me the keys. He's like, you drive. For a moment, I was excited. I take the keys. I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll drive. And then I see the keys. Okay, this is our car key. He's like, yeah, obviously, we'll go in our car. Whose else car will go? I'm like, no, but you won't have this magical powers which the car instructor has. The full responsibility is on me. So there, it's where the first fear came into my mind. Because now I'm fearing that my dad doesn't have any powers and I have to drive the car on myself. Still, he tells, let's go to a corner house. I stay in Jayanagar first block. He wants to go to a corner house, Jayanagar 9th block. I'm like, there are so many L's in Jayanagar 4th block. Why do you want to? Like, just go there. So, okay. Knowing shortcuts, I take shortcuts, because from my house to Jayanagar 9th block, it's around 3.5 kilometers. But that's not the issue. Those 4 signals which come in between, those are the problem. So I drive, I take shortcuts, I take bypass which can avoid traffic and those signals. So 2 signals I avoided. And then my dad is like, why you're taking long cut? Go from main road. I'm like, why main road? You want to eat corner house ice cream? I will take you there. They're like, no, take from main road. So finally I take from main road. The 3rd signal comes there. Luckily that signal turns green and I just pass by. And now I can see corner house just 300 meters away from me. But I have to stop. Not for parking, but the 4th signal. That was not lucky enough. It was red. You know, if you have learned to drive a car, the ultimate beginner's fear is a car stopping in the middle of the road. So now I'm just imagining, okay, the signal. What if my car stops? What will these people think? Mainly, what will my dad say? And the countdown begins then. 10, 9. Now my hands are shivering. I'm sweating. My heart rate is rising. And then, boom, it's green already. People start honking. I was slowly lifting my leg from the clutch. And because of the horn, I got panicked. And I just remove it. Rushly, I just remove it. And the car moves forward and stops. Oh my god, it's okay. I just said it's okay. Because my reflexes are good, I start again. And it moves. Second time, I'm like part 2. On the same day, I get a part 2. And now the honking behind gets louder. People who are literally walking, literally stopped and are staring at me. And my dad starts yelling at me. It's too much for an 18-year-old boy to take it at once. Somehow, I just ignore all the voices. I unlock the courage within myself and take a deep breath and start the car, and this time I move. So that was a big relief. You know, because of that, I realized how embarrassing that night was. But I realized something. You know, the fear was not, there was not an issue of car or people watching at me, but the fear was, I had already made a mindset that that car will stop. So it was all in my mind games. It was not the fear that my dad didn't tell me. My dad told, till that signal, my dad told, you're driving well, what is the stress? But I knew from the starting, even I knew I won't hit anyone. My only fear was, what if the car stops? And that actually happened, because I was manifesting about it. It was literally like manifesting about it. You know, the more we are scared of something, the more we think about that, the more certain that thing is to happen. It's like manifesting. So I was just thinking, in the whole signal, instead of thinking, just start the car or listen to the music, I was thinking, what if my car stops? What will the people say? I had my mind all other way. And that actually happened. So that's when, if you are ever scared again, you are scared. You unlock the courage within yourself. Take a deep breath. Ignore the voices around. And just move forward. You know, because you can't just stay with that fear also. You have to move forward. Because that fear will hold on to many opportunities, chances, which later on you will regret too. So just take a deep breath, unlock the courage within yourself and move forward. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aadishwar, for letting us know the secret. And so now it's time for the exciting session, the table topic session. And today's table topic master, he is a B.Tech working as a software developer. He is a budding explorer, very curious about life, philosophy, you name it, he is quite curious about it. His hobbies include photography and music. Put your hands together and welcome the energetic Toastmaster Ujwal.
The energy in the man created the spark, and the spark created the moment. And I'm quoting our own fellow Toastmaster here, Toastmaster Jyothi, who just mentioned this in her introduction. I request you all to observe what in this statement made the impact. Was it not the pauses? The pause after the spark. The energy in the man turned to a spark. A pause there is what let the message sink in. And then the message forward helped you all connect. Namaste fellow Toastmasters, fabulous friends and familiar faces. As a topics master for today, my job is to give you topics, to call you out on stage and help you speak for 1 to 2 minutes about the topic of my choosing. The challenge is for all of you to use pauses just like Toastmaster Jyothi used and all the other speakers who used it on the stage. Are we familiar with the rules now? Yes. To reiterate on the timings, you have 1 minute at the green card, 1.5 at yellow, and red at 2 minutes. Starting off, let's call Distinguished Toastmaster K Prabhakara.
I will start off if you don't give topic. First announce the topic, then call the first one. Yeah.
Alright. Distinguished Toastmaster A.K.
You
Prabhakara.
have said it. Okay.
Don't let anyone leave you upset. Don't let anyone leave you upset. Distinguished Toastmaster A.K. Prabhakara.
Including you. Don't let anyone upset you. This is easily said than done. But essence is that the biggest and the best of the leaders isolate themselves from the incident but take things matter-of-factly in a detached way. There was a time, I would like to quote here, what during the Bangladesh war in 1971, after the war was won, everything settled down, one press interview was, one person interviewed Prime Minister Indira Gandhi as to how she went about doing it under such high pressure. There was pressure of USS Enterprise coming into the waters on the Bangladesh side, one side, and there was Arabian Sea, Karachi side pressure, and there were a lot of people stuck in the east side, especially Pakistani soldiers. 93 soldiers were held prisoners of war to return or not to return. And then there was pressure from within whether to take over the Kashmir. So all these things, parameters were too many. Variations in the situation was dynamic as it happened. They asked her how she went about doing it. She said the situation, she reads it in a detached way. Detached, not with attachment. Whether she wins, loses, is not the issue. It is how to go about doing it. If you ask some of these people, especially cricket captains or who really move around things in a very clear-headed way, like say for example, a Dravid or a Saurav Ganguly, he says that once the ball is given to the bowler, or Dhoni for example, Dhoni is the best example in that. Once the ball is given to a bowler, 6 balls he has to wait before he changes to another bowler. But 6 balls that is delivered by the bowler, he has to wait. There was a situation way back in Birmingham where the ICC trophy finals were on with England. Ravi Bopara was playing and the other end was the English captain, I've forgotten his name, and he was a left-hander. Morgan. Yeah, Morgan. And bowler was Ishan Sharma. 3 balls he bowled, all 3 went outside the off stump and it was wide. And 4th ball and 5th ball were hit for boundaries. Then Dhoni went and told him something. What he told he didn't. We cannot make out. But Ishan Sharma same bowled on the off stump, slightly away, not very away, and the ball was hit to the mid-on where Anil Kumble took the catch. Because they were wide, Ravi Bopara had crossed over, next ball bowled by Ishan Sharma, Ravi Bopara hooked and he was caught by the same Ashwin because the best catcher at that time was Ashwin. From mid-on he had been moved to the square. It was all done in a matter-of-fact, very detached way. So when the situation arises, don't attach yourself either you will win or lose, but go about doing it in a matter-of-fact way, in a detached way. Going on to the philosophy, Indian philosophy says this on the same lines. Over to table topic master.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster. Reiterating the rules of this challenge, I request all of you to use pauses to let the message sink in as many number of times in your topics. The goal is to use the number of pauses, as many as possible.
Can I stop for a moment? Please don't advise, give topic.
Sure.
Your job is not that, let me just take your permission. Quickly give the topic, move on. Okay? Your job is not that. Evaluators, general evaluator is there for that. Please go ahead. Sorry for the interruption.
Thank you.
We have to keep the tradition, so.
I understand. Moving on to Toastmaster. Moving on The next topic is hearts are wild, that's why ribs are cages. Hearts are wild, that's why ribs are cages. Calling on Toastmaster Rekha.
I don't understand this. Give me some other topic.
Sure.
Sir, he's planning for a challenge. He's telling you should use more number of pauses, like the right pauses, while giving reply.
So that has to be announced. If that is the case,
is what
he
he's
has
doing.
to that has to be linked to the MC. MC has to announce this is the challenge he is attempting. This is a project by itself. So he cannot start something on his own. The table topic is conducted in a specific way, and in case he is using it as a project as a basis, he has to tell that an announcement has to be made by the MC.
No project, it's just a challenge. That's it.
No, it is not permitted. No,
Challenge
it is not permitted. Stick to what has been. Don't let us not play around. We have to learn together, and we will not experiment. See, our goal. Let me tell the Toastmaster goal. You as EC member is given operational leadership, not strategic leadership. Operational leadership is to keep things going the same way so that everybody learns. The strategic is that you can change, and that strategic leadership process is not with the club, it is with the board of directors of Toastmasters. If that is understood, stick to the rule so that everybody learns. You are not to make any change.
I understand. Thank you. Changing your topic will be pain has the power to transform. Pain has the power to transform. Toastmaster.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
That transforms into.
Pain has the power to transform.
Yes, of course, I believe in that because I have gone through this situation, and yes, I have seen a lot of struggles in my life. If I start to tell, I have lot to tell, but still I'll tell one incident, which, of course, when my children were very small, I was married at the age of 17. My education was not completed. When I used to go for my school, my children's school, I used to feel very low because I have not completed my education. By speaking also, I was struggling. Then few people were just telling me that why you couldn't learn, you could have completed your studies, why you soon have married, like that they have told. But it's not in my hand. It was my parents' decisions. So after that, I got 2 children. Then I took up this challenge and I studied and I done my graduate and I did master degree. After my childbirth, after both the children are born, then I took this as a challenge. That was a situation where I felt I struggled, and I have consumed all the pain, everything. But today also, I'm a little bit hesitant to speak because this is my new place, which I couldn't express more. So next time I'll very clearly, detailedly, I'll do my best. Thank you.
The next topic is you kill something special when you compare it. You kill something special when you compare it. Toastmaster Chetan.
This is a very interesting topic because Apple likes to follow this philosophy whenever they pitch their products. I urge you to go and open the Apple website and have a look at their products. You compare it with any other products. Let's say you're trying to buy a Mac and you want to compare it with another laptop. You open a Dell XPS, it will tell you exactly how big the screen is, the nits per second, the brightness, it will tell you everything on the Dell XPS side. But if you open the Mac and you look at it, it will tell you it's a Retina display screen. That's it. What are you supposed to go with this? This is their firm belief and philosophy that the moment you compare something, you kill the magic in it. You will simply not buy the Apple if they gave you the specs because it is so much lower than anything given on the market. It's just more optimized. So the raw specs itself are actually far inferior compared to anything else. Same with their phones. They give you 8 GB RAM and it'll take you the price of a kidney. Now you can get 8 GB pen drives or 8 GB RAMs, sure, like microprocessors for 1,000 rupees, 2,000 rupees. You needn't pay the price of an iPhone for it. But still they're able to sell it to you because they simply kill the comparison. And that's how they do it. It's a secret, it's a gimmick, it's a marketing lingo, but I love it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chetan. The next topic is, we are always bad in someone's books. We are always bad in someone's books. Topic goes to Toastmaster Veerabhadrappa.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. We always bad for someone, that is a very true statement. You need not be good for all the people. Do you all agree with me?
Yes.
So the most probably, where you will be good, can anybody answer this question? Generally, where you will be good or bad? Can anybody answer this question?
Good with our parents, bad with our in-laws.
So in my case, I will tell the truth. Why to hide certain things, which will be a good lesson for the young people sitting here. I feel I am always bad to my wife. I don't know why that fear has come to me. I looked after well. I did my best to serve her. I make her best opportunity to make her happy, because she has come all the way, believe me, from Tirunelveli, which is along this thing. I did my best. In spite of that, why she scolds me, I try to understand, because I put all my efforts to understand that one. One incident took place that I think in the morning I was able to recognize that one. She being a doctor, she tests this, puts the needles there and say blood count, she checks. I said, I think it has improved. It was 140, now it is 125, like that. See, you have killed me. I have lost all my life in my, all my happiness in my life, she was said. What should I do? I kept quiet. I always question, what is it I bad in my life I did for her? I never did anything for her. In fact, I put all my resources, time, energy, and make her happy and other things. Why she is bad to? Why she thinks I am bad to her? One incident, soon after the marriage, it was conducted in a village. In spite of the against of my parents, many people, well-wishers, gave some presents that one. As a generous man, I gave all this to my brother. That is still she remembers now, even after 50 years. How can you donate something which was given to pleasantry without my permission? So that is a bad thing that made. I think life goes on. Be happy and try to be flexible in your life. If you are not flexible in your life, you are killing yourself, my dear Toastmasters. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Veerabhadrappa. The next topic is, the mind replays what your heart cannot forget. The mind replays what your heart cannot forget. This topic goes to Toastmaster Deepa.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests.
Good evening.
The mind replays and heart. Maybe I have to talk about a few situations where my heart will never forget and my mind might forget. Maybe situations like few fights with my friends, what I could say. When I was in my 10th standard, my friend and myself, my friend name is called Kusuma. She and me, we always sit together and we always read together. So we always do everything we do together. So that's a kind of friendship bond that we had. And one day it came in where we were writing exam. And she asked me one question. She forgotten that question, the answer. And I told her, and by the time I supposed to show her the answer, evaluator, the person will be there. He came in and he said not to show, and he was standing there. So I didn't show her. And then we came out, the entire exam was done and everything. We came out, and then suddenly she started, not talking to me. She told me, I asked you something, you didn't. So that day, I mean, my heart, I mean, somewhere it was there, it was not forgetting, but my brain, somewhere it has forgotten. Thank you so much. I don't know.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepa. The next topic is time and tide wait for none. Time and tide wait for none. Toastmaster Darshan.
Actually, this is a topic which I can relate it to myself in a really good manner because I joined engineering just before COVID, and I am from COVID batch. So during COVID, all my friends actually passed without writing the exams, but me, being extraordinarily brilliant, I didn't attend the college, and I visited the college like for 2 to 3 years, and I'll finish my college this year actually. They are all at least 3 to 4 years ahead, and then I don't think myself as I am 3 years behind, but I have experienced a lot of things which they haven't experienced. I believe myself that life has taught me something which it cannot be taught by others. We might watch TED Talks or YouTube videos or anything. They might say discipline is the key, dedication is the key, and you need to do this, you need to do that. But in reality, you cannot follow it until you can experience it, and your mind tells you to change yourself and to believe in yourself. And but surely one thing which heals everything is time. So with time, we get maturity. We forget good things as well as bad things, and time heals everything. So that's all.
Thank you, Toastmaster Darshan. The next topic is where you are is defined by where you are not. Where you are is defined by where you are not. This topic goes to Toastmaster Rahul.
To debrief the topic once, he said, where we are, if I am here, I am not in my office. That is his topic. I like keeping things simple. That's why my Instagram is running. So today if I am here, I need not be at office. It simply says one thing. With your action, with your heart, words and action be in the same place to achieve the most of it. And if any of these things, there is a variant, then definitely we are missing on the experience what that place provides, the energy, what we want to connect that with. And to do that, even this is relevant, even when you want to do anything in life. Being in my professional experience, I've learned this one thing. If I'm able to align my heart, words and action, then there is no limit for it. You can achieve whatever you want, and that's true. One more meaning to it which I can give is elimination. How I can relate that topic to myself. After completing PU2 as a science student, I decided, okay, I don't want to do engineering and do CA. Then that is one more way where I want to go, and where I want to go, if it is not clear, just eliminate where you don't want to be, so that you can reach where you want to be. That's how, after doing science, okay, eliminate, I don't want to do engineering, I'll decide what next. Say I took up and I completed. That is one of the way you can also choose your careers or take your decisions. With this, I hand it over back to Toastmasters.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rahul. The next topic is a true The next topic is true artist is her own judge. True artist is her own judge. Toastmaster Shuba.
Thank you for the topic. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests present. A true artist is her own judge. What was the topic?
True artist is her own judge.
Okay. So this one obviously comes home very very relatable because for an artist, every artist has their own sense of perfection, and it's easy to get caught up in that perfection, and that paralyzes us and prevents us from actually finishing a piece because we keep judging it over and over again, trying to make it more and more perfect. But in the end, we need to know where to stop judging it from all angles when it's not really benefiting us, and let it be after we have created something, artists have created something, there is only a certain point to which we can control that. The rest is left to the observer and their perspectives. So judgment only goes halfway. But one thing I'd like to point out is an artist's moral compass on the way that they judge their own art. People say steal like an artist, which is good. You can take inspiration, maybe even copy it if it is to learn techniques, but give credits to the original artist. There has been like a recent controversy going on where this really big art, like big name in the art industry who makes really huge portraits and detailed artwork. He's a surrealist painter who stated that he just used AI to think of ideas but actually paints original AI generated work, but he paints it. Recently it came out that no, he does not paint that art. So yeah, you still need a moral compass inside you to judge an artwork, and that is the true meaning of art, and where your judgment should be. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster. The next topic is money is the root of all evil. Money is the root of all evil. Toastmaster Maligini Das.
Good evening, Toastmasters. Again, money is the root for all the evils.
Yes.
Okay. And I want to give a twist to it. I don't think money is the source for all the evil. In fact, if we look into our philosophy, they say there are 4 purusharthas: artha, dharma, artha, moksha, and kama. So, of all these 4 purusharthas, the one purushartha which drives all these other purusharthas is artha. If you do not have money, then you cannot even achieve the dharma, you cannot even achieve the kama in a general way, the desire. And even to achieve the higher state of elevatedness, to moksha, even for that also you need a little bit of money. So money is definitely not an evil. Of course it is the driving force for us to sustain this life. Between the life and the death, there is this 99.99% of the living that we need to do. Every element or every aspect of that life permeates that we need to move with this important aspect called artha. So even if you just corollary is the 4 purusharthas, likewise 4 varnas, wherein the grahasthashrama is the one which is the sustainer of all the other varnas like Brahmacharya, Vanaprastha and Sannyasi, for all these people who needs to sustain, who needs to ensure that they are living and well fed, it is the Grihastha who needs to ensure that he needs to feed all of them. And where does that comes from? It is the money. So even to run a very healthy society, we need the people who have the money, and to ensure that all the other aspects of the varnas are equally well fed, we need the money. So it is most important essential tool for the society as well as for the individual.
Thank you. The next topic is give up, giving up. Give up, giving up, Toastmaster Madhu.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and welcome guests. When someone speaks about giving up, the first person that comes to my mind is Kobe Bryant. Now, I'm a big NBA basketball fan, and for those of you who don't know, Kobe Bryant was one of the best players in the game. He played for 20 years, from 96 to 2016, and he was only with one team, the Los Angeles Lakers. And he was known for a thing that he came up with called the Mamba mentality. Basically, you don't give up. And he had countless motivational quotes. And he was the kind of person who would wake up at 4 a.m., come to the basketball court, train, and be the last person to leave even after everyone has gone. And something that he says that I always think about is that success is only beyond that small frictional point called as pain. Once you reach pain, you think of giving up. But after you go beyond that, you reach success. That is what he meant. And I don't like to think of myself as someone who never gives up. And on the contrary, whenever some things become very inconvenient to me, I always think about, should I be doing this? Should I just get out of this? I always look for the easy path. That's what I realized myself in. But in some situations, I have thought about not giving up. And I think Toastmasters is one such place where when I first came in, I thought, okay, what am I doing here? But so after a year and a half, I'm still standing, I'm still talking about all this. So you can give up. It's not bad, but I think you've got to pick your chances, your fights, what you can do, what you can do to win. And also, as Kobe says, right, like success is only beyond that point called as pain. So think about that. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Madhu. With that, we come to the end of the topic session. I thank you all for this wonderful opportunity and for me to give you the opportunity to speak. With that, back to the Master of Ceremonies, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ujwal, for that amazing table topic session. Just for your information, the Taggart Railway Line story that I said is a sequence from Ayn Rand's book, Atlas Shrugged. It's a philosophical fiction book. And this sequence, I had read this 20 years back, and it has made a huge impact. And I'm sure sometimes later I would want to tell another story of the same book. And with that, it's time to create more energy within us with networking and some snacks. See you after 10 minutes of break. Welcome back to the final and interesting session of feedback. Today's general evaluator is a very special person. He's a mechanical engineer with an MBA, retired Deputy General Manager of Mecon Limited, a Triple Crown awardee, DTM, member of Mecon Communication Club for the last 27 years. He has been the President and VPE for 4 terms. And the feathers on his cap continues more and more. He has a special interest for music and traveling. Let us give it up for our young and charming GE, DTM MU Bhat.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator, for that effusive introduction. I wish my wife was here. At least she will know what people think of me. But on second thoughts, I think it's better she is not there, because then it will lead to further problems. Anyway, for the benefit of our only guest, I think you are the only guest today. General evaluation is a feedback session where we analyze what went well with the session so that we can continue to do so, and areas, if any, of improvement, what we can do better so that we can improve meeting to meeting. It's based on a Japanese concept of kaizen. We follow it, and that's how general evaluation goes. So before we proceed, first let me just request all of you to fill that. If you already forwarded, you forwarded, sir. Best speaker and best table topic speaker, you can give your ballots. I hope you are complete. So let's go ahead. Business session, we are supposed to start at 6:15. Today there was some delay because of maybe poor attendance or whatever. But attendance appears to be quite okay, not bad. But whatever, we started at 6:25, 10 minutes late. Probably we can do better from next week. It was business session was brief, conducted by the acting president Apoorva. And there were two announcements, one regarding 27th October meeting, because next week we will not be meeting. And also there was an announcement regarding humorous speech contest and table topics contest. So all those who have completed level 2, please participate in the humorous speech contest. And main meeting started at 6:29 with a debutant Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Das. I think that was a great beginning. He took a humorous turn, start with the meeting. He told about the Newton's first law. When unless some energy is there, push others will be Toastmasters will be sitting in their respective places. Beautifully brought about. And he thought about that your metaphor of small little suns of energy which dissipated, that came out so well. Only one suggestion, Toastmaster Das. You are so intellectual, you have given a wonderful start for the meeting. Particularly, incidentally, our things about energy creates energy, and you are concentrated on how the energy creates energy. So I would appreciate in the next time when you come behind lecture, you create your energy in the first instance, starting from yourself. For example, the starting is, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. No, that is the one which creates energy. Sergeant at Arms is a role which is, I value it very, very high for the one reason, that he is one person who has got a chance to speak every week. And he is the person who is setting the mood of the meeting, he is setting the energy level of the meeting. So that's very, very important. But what I liked about yours, because you conveyed that message regarding that energy so very well. Maybe next time you can definitely increase your energy level. And also I would appreciate probably the acting president or whoever the presiding officer of the day was. his introduction could have been a bit more accusing. Maybe he could have done some more research and told in a more encouraging manner. And ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the President Mekong Communication Club, Toastmaster Apoorva. That kind of energy again is built up into that last sentence. And also starting the good evening with energy. Otherwise, a wonderful job done. So, ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause for the debutant Sergeant at Arms, Belgiri Das. Next came our President, Toastmaster Apoorva. There was a brief introduction of the guests. There is one guest today, and she asked the MOM to be read by Toastmaster Madhusudhan. Where is sorry, sitting there, right? Toastmaster Madhusudhan did a real good honors for reading out a very well written minutes of meeting, presented so succinct, short and sweet, and accepted without any amendment. That speaks about the accuracy of the minutes. So for the honors done, let's give a round of applause to Toastmaster. Toastmaster Apoorva went on about the energy concept, started with the story of Elon Musk, brought beautifully well how the energy of his one person with such an empire, such a great empire he created, came out very well. Madam, your connection to Toastmasters itself was really great, because truly energy is the hallmark of Toastmasters. Any meeting or the whole meeting concept depends on the energy level what we build up in the meeting. The learning takes because of that only. So it brought out very beautifully well, and your introduction to the Master of Ceremony also was appropriate. I really liked your presidential address for the great honors done. Let's give a round of applause to our acting president, Toastmaster. Master of Ceremony, Toastmaster Jyothi, I will come to you last. We had we'll go to the prepared speech session. There were two speeches, both were level 1 project 2 about writing the speech. And the first speech was GPS of life recalculating, delivered by Toastmaster Suresh, evaluated by Toastmaster Shreya. Can I have your evaluation?
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests, and especially to the target speaker, Toastmaster Suresh. Let's just jump right into the evaluation. So I'll divide it into 3 parts: things that you did well, things that you could improve on, and something that you could challenge yourself in your next speech. So the things that I think you did well for this speech, the confidence behind the lectern was very evident, and your voice is very loud, and it is a voice that reaches even to the back. So that was good. I also felt like you used hand gestures pretty well throughout your speech. I love the content of your speech. That is the main purpose of this project, is figuring out how to format your content and have a proper opening, body and conclusion. I thought that it was very clever how you related a GPS to different metaphors in your life. So I thought that was very creative. Coming to things that you could work on, your body and conclusion I really liked. I thought you had a definitive conclusion. I think your opening could have been more clear, right? So your opening right now was, you started off with wanting to head on this adventure, and then you kind of off-roaded. Then you spoke about how the GPS does things that annoy you. Then you went back to this adventure, said a bit more about how you reach a dead end, and then you said good evening fellow Toastmasters. So I think if you structure it in how I might suggest, it might be better. So you start out with the story, reach the part till you reach the dead end, then say good evening fellow Toastmasters and guests, and then you continue with how the GPS is annoying you, because after this part in the body you start off with things about the GPS that relate to metaphors using GPS as a metaphor to things that relate in your life. So I feel like the flow of that would be better if you just switched those two things. Also, I noticed that after your opening, you explained how you were using the GPS as a metaphor for different things in your life, and I don't think that we necessarily needed that explanation. It is kind of understood through the different metaphors that you use throughout your speech. So maybe next time, don't explain that. And something to challenge yourself in your next speech. One thing is, your humor throughout the speech was good, but I think that if you switched around the places of the punchline in the joke, it would hit way better. And if you use pauses while delivering the joke, that would make it hit way better. And one more thing is to include some kind of dialogue or voice modulation. For example, the GPS said, "You fool, you took a wrong turn," and then it calmly said, instead it calmly says rerouting. So you would say, "You fool, you took a wrong turn," but instead of that, it calmly says rerouting. So those are some things that I hope will help you with your next speech. Thank you, back to the room.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shreya, for that wonderful evaluation. I thoroughly liked it. You have covered the evaluation in the clear classical manner. What he really did well, particularly I liked about his energy level, his strength, and his areas of improvement. Whereas the organization was lacking. Point organization was a bit up and down. So probably could have done better. It did very well, and you're challenging. All the points you brought up so well, and particularly like the way you told about that, that concept of GP and not talking about the topic itself. Using this, I'm going to use this as a metaphor because it should come by itself and not by your explanation is not expected there. It is killing time as well, and you are telling something superfluous. That came out so very well. Very nice suggestion. I really liked it. I would not like to comment on your speech, sir. Only thing I would, only before I proceed, one question I forgot to ask. You have received the objectives, guidelines, and you haven't. If you have got anything to say on that?
Yeah, I've reminded the speaker, all the speakers have reminded. I think at the very last minute he's not got it, and there was this sudden communication gap, and she asked me for the guidelines. I took it from Aadishwar and sent it to her.
Okay, it's all right, thank you. So why I'm telling you this is, Toastmaster Suresh, it is not only for you, it is for all the members. There are two things fundamentally required. Number one, in our club, first your speech and the evaluation sheets and the project guidelines have to reach the evaluator at least few days in advance, so that she or he can, because we are not privy to your speech. Her path may be different, your path may be different. Your speech, he cannot even get it from the Toastmasters, even if she wants, unless you send her. So how is going to evaluate? She evaluated because incidentally level 1 project 2 is write your speech for most of the parts. So she could know what exactly is expected of that. That's how she could evaluate. Otherwise she would have been handicapped. That's number one point. Number two, in our club, though Toastmasters doesn't call for statutory or compulsory mentoring, in our club, we have got a system that all the club members have to be mentored, all the speeches have to be mentored. Now, incidentally, I happen to be your mentor, and I haven't received your speech, which is a fact. Let me agree that. And she has not received guidelines. So now, you are, because you are a lawyer, you are an extempore speaker, you can speak very well. I can understand the way you spoke today. It is really mesmerizing. But in Toastmasters, you have certain style and certain way it has to be organized, because we are learning the things here. How to do, because you have got so many things to say, how to compress in 5 to 7 minutes. Probably that's where the mentor comes into picture, where you can say that what is important, what is not important, what you can do, what you need not do. Probably that you missed it today, and she missed because of she could have done something better if she had gone through the project guidelines. So this is not only for you, for all the members in future. One thing you please make it very clear. Please do your speeches mentored. And I would suggest again that you don't be in a hurry to give any speech. You take, in my 27 years, I have not taken less than a month for any speech. Not 1 month. Sometimes I have taken 3-4 months. We get an idea, we let it germinate in our mind for weeks together, then we start writing and then we present it. So, which is very, very important, because it's better that once we present it, it will be in the full form, what you do, instead of having to read out or see what you have written and all that, so that it confuses. And your thoughts crowd your mind and you find confused. That's one thing I suggest. And also the guidelines have to be given to the person at least 2-3 days in advance. This please follow it for all the speakers, please follow the guideline. Having said that, Suresh, you gave a wonderful speech. At the same time, as rightly pointed out by her, I would have appreciated if you had organized it a bit more. And the humor should have come with the punchline. It should come as a humor, instead of explaining as a humor, just like you tried to explain regarding metaphor. So that can be avoided. Otherwise, wonderful speech. So that wonderful evaluation by Toastmasters Shreya and a very good speech by Toastmasters Suresh. Let's give her a applause. Second speech was again a level 1 project 2, and fear is the door, courage is the key. It was delivered by Toastmaster Aadishwar, evaluated by Saketh. Let's have your evaluation, sir.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, welcome guests, and my target speaker, Toastmaster Aadishwar. We all have been there, heart racing, clutch trembling, and hoping that the car won't stall again. And that's exactly what Toastmaster Aadishwar did. He took us to that moment. And let me read out the speech purpose statement to inspire the audience to overcome fear by taking action with courage and self-belief. And let's just jump where you did good. You had an amazing storyline, and personal stories are something that gets the audience attention. And what you really, your language was simple. It was easily understandable to the audience, to the members. And we could see that at the beginning you were nervous, but you were comfortable with the audience to share your story. And that's something that you really excelled at. And also, you maintain a good eye contact. You were looking here, there, everywhere. So you weren't just focused on one place, you were looking everywhere. That's good. And also, the project, which is Speech with Purpose, I think you did a good job with it, sharing how you felt the fear, what you fear the most may happen, and how it's your will or courage to take it up and get rid of the fear. So where you can work upon is the way you deliver the speech at the beginning. Say the opening statement you gave. Fear is as deep as your mind thinks. You said it so fast I couldn't understand, so I had to ask you again. So at the beginning when you give a speech, make sure if it's an opening hook, give it slow, give it a pause so that people can understand what you're trying to say. And you've also taken 5 minutes 40 seconds. So when you're giving a speech, try to utilize more time by taking more stage presence. And I felt you were a bit nervous and I felt somewhere you lacked practice. So what you can do, what I'd suggest is prepare your speech and record yourself and see where you can improve upon. This at the beginning will be a little nervous and cringe, but you will eventually get used to it and you will improve and you can see the difference in it. Overall, you had an amazing speech, and what you can work upon is the pace and tone and your opening hook, and utilize more stage presence. So in the end, courage isn't always a road. Sometimes it's like an engine trying to start again when it's stalled. And that's exactly what Toastmaster Aadishwar did. And we all felt that when the way you narrated the story, we were at the back seat while you were driving. And that's something I look forward in more of your speeches as well in future. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Saketh, for that very analytical evaluation. I really liked it, particularly some of the points which he did well. His energy level, the way he gave his speeches and shared his experience, gave us so well. And your suggestions were more appropriate. I felt that particularly regarding his pacing, and because appeared to be the opening was a bit slow and it did not come as powerful as it should have come. Same thing in the conclusion also. It did not reach the audience. Opening body conclusion, opening and conclusion have to be real powerful. There is one thing it should be. Because your content was very great, your experience was very great. Very nicely delivered story, narrated story. Your pacing was probably could have improved. There's one thing he rightly said. And regarding recording, your suggestion was also very appropriate. And overall, what I feel is you appear to be in a hurry to get on and complete the speech. That should not be the thing. You can stand in a very leisurely manner and give it in as you said, you are still 1.5 minutes with you. 5 minutes, 30 seconds, you completed your speech. There's one thing you could have done. Because you are a great speaker, you got a lot of things to share. Because I've heard you earlier also. You've got a great future in Toastmasters. So, and Saketh, your evaluation was on the spot, very nicely given suggestions, wonderful evaluation. So let's give a round of applause to the evaluator, Saketh, and the speaker. Before I proceed, I got a couple of general suggestions. Two things. One thing is this lectern is very sacred and very powerful. It is a center of power. This should never be left vacant any time. If someone completes a table topic speech or an evaluation or a speech or whatever, or give you a suit, don't just leave the lectern without handing over to the person who has given you the lectern in the first place. If it is a master of ceremony, you shake hands with him. If it is a speaker, general evaluator, talk to him. Either way, don't leave the lectern vacant. There is the first suggestion. Second thing is this regarding this. Another thing is you don't give thank you for after your speech, because we are all coming here to listen to you and thank you for the speech you are giving. So don't give your end of your speech or whatever you want to speak. Don't say thank you. There's two things we normally follow here. This custom let us follow in principle every time. Now let's move to table topic session. We had a wonderful table topic session delivered by Toastmaster Ujwal. One thing I really liked about you, Ujwal, was your energy level. In fact, you started itself with the energy creates out, energy creates energy. Probably that is where you led into the controversy regarding pauses, what she used. But actually that is where probably TM Prabhakara was right when he said it was a translation, because your job is to conduct tabletop session. Ultimately there is a session turned out, you had wonderful questions, you asked so well. So very nicely conducted tabletop session. Your energy level was so high, really liked. And I like the way you explained the concept of tabletop session. You said how you are going to do it. You told about even the timing, what is required. It came out so well. And particularly the question, the proof of pudding is in the eating this. And the proof of a tabletop session is in the replies what you get. How well you have got the questions asked and how you got reply. For example, some of the topics like that upset issue what we distinguished K Prabhakara tackled, or about the artist being one's own judge. Shuba so wonderfully answered. Or money is the root of all evil. It was something an amazing response from our Das. And also about not giving up, giving up. By I think Madhu gave that response. This one, that is why what makes spending 2 hours of time in Toastmasters worthwhile. These 4 responses today, what I got table topics, made my visit today worthwhile. That is why after 27 years I continue to attend every meeting as far as possible. If I am in town, if I am keeping well, I will be here. because there is a lot of to learn. Particularly once I heard about our Das response or Shuba's response, and it was so intellectual, so much thought has gone behind that. What is the idea what has come out of? Wonderful, it's really nice. Even Rahul, the way you talked about your where you are depends on where you were. And Rahul, particularly like you, I want to point out to everybody, because you are following the Toastmasters idiom very nicely. I'll come to you because you are also the toll taker for our counter. So you are taken it very seriously. You are very serious about shaking hands, not leaving the lectern empty. You follow that very nicely. There's one thing I really observed, some of the Toastmasters, they do an amazing job. So talking about your table topic session, I thoroughly enjoyed it. But as rightly said by TM, probably the pause was not required, because it is in table topics, such things, the practice itself is difficult. First of all, getting an answer into 1 minute time is a big challenge. So don't expect such things as creating a pause. Speech itself, we are finding it difficult to create right pauses. That is our biggest challenge. So where is the table topic session? There is something beyond us. So otherwise, wonderful. I thoroughly enjoyed it. You are right. We don't have any specific suggestion to you regarding improvement. Continue to do the good work. Congratulations. Let's give a big round of applause to our table topic masters. Now let's come to the role takers. The first, let's get the report from a timer, Toastmaster Deepa.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Here is the timer report. Business session, welcome by Sergeant Arm. Time allotted was 2 minutes, and actual time taken was 2 minutes. President address, time allotted was 5 minutes, and time actual taken was 4.5 minutes. Report on previous meeting, allocated time 2 minutes and time taken 2 minutes. Master of ceremony, allocated time was 20 minutes and time taken was 19 minutes. And speakers, Toastmaster Suresh, allocated time was 5 to 7 minutes and 7.5 minutes have taken. And evaluation, Shreya took 3.1 minutes, allotted time was 2 to 3 minutes. And speaker, Toastmaster Aadishwar, time allotted was 5 to 7 minutes and time taken was 5.4 minutes. And Toastmaster Saketh as the evaluator, allocated time was 2 to 3 minutes, time taken was 3 minutes 10 seconds. And table topic master, time allocated was 20 minutes and time taken 24 minutes. And individual tabletop speaker I have written on the board, you can see. And general evaluation, so far it was 20 minutes. And that is okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you for also pointing out my time, because I always have K Prabhakara has a big issue with my taking too much time. I'm tempted to take, because every time I have to, I'm a compulsive point to bring about whatever things like whatever we don't follow, so that we can continue to follow that. But nevertheless, thank you for that. So let's give the report from PP Evaluator, Toastmaster Darshan.
As the PP, I observed that all the phones were kept on silent, and no one entered or exited the hall during the speeches. And no one spoke about sensitive topics such as on sex, religion, or politics. And crosstalk was minimal to less. It was negligible. Thank you.
Thank you for shaking hands with me. And this is again a lesson for you. Yes. So let's get the report from Grammarian Toastmaster Shuba.
Good evening once again, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I'll start right off the bat with the really good usages. Today there was a lot of metaphors as well that really came home. Radiating energy, permeated and percolated. Not even a pipe. No train passed. No whistle blew. These two statements really make us feel how quiet that train station was. The hum of his purpose. The man's motion lit a spark. Off-road adventure. Inner GPS. Rerouting. No wrong turn can stop you from reaching the right destination if you keep moving forward. Courage is something you unlock within yourself. Time heals everything, young and charming. Now coming to the not so good usages, returning back can just be returning because it already states that it's coming back, and watching at me can just be watching me. And coming to the word of the week usages, nobody used the word of the week, and I'm actually happy because without knowing the context and no one tried to fit it into their speech, so that's good. But maybe in the coming meetings, when you see the agenda, you can look for more examples and then see how well you can actually bring it into your speech. So that's it for my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shuba, for that Grammarian report. Only one factual correction. I feel that one person has used it habitually. I think Toastmaster Suresh.
I thought it was just
and it was appropriate also. I felt that. What I think what he
Habituated to the.
Yeah, that's one problem. No, it's all right. It happens, but because I noticed it, so I could. Basic, very nice report, Toastmaster Shuba. So let's finally listen to our counter, Toastmaster Rahul.
Happy evening, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. I would like to say one thing. This lectern is habituated to bring the speaker on energy. Anyone who is standing here brings on the energy, and that has become an habit for each and everyone who is coming and talking here. That's a simple thing. Bringing on my report, Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Madhigiri Das, flawless. Acting President Apoorva, 3 hours. Toastmaster Jyothi, 2 hours, 2 He was used once and pause, there were 2 pauses. Toastmaster Deepa, 3 hours. Grammarian Toastmaster Shuba, 8 hours. PP Evaluator Darshan and was used 4 times. Then Speaker 1 Suresh, I was used 3 times. Then Toastmaster Shreya, Evaluator for Speaker, was used 5 times and was once. Toastmaster Aadishwar, during the speech, was used for 3 times and was 2 times. Toastmaster Saketh, was used for 9 times and for 2 times. Then Toastmaster Ujwal, flawless. Toastmaster K Prabhakara, moving on, was word which was used 2 times. Then Toastmaster Rekha, was used for 5 times. Toastmaster Chetan, flawless. Toastmaster Veerabhadrappa, she was used for 3 times. Toastmaster Deepa, was used for 5 times and was used for 3 times. Toastmaster Darshan, was used for 1. And so, I and which were used for 2 times each. Toastmaster Rahul, was used 1 time. Toastmaster Shuba, was used for 15 times. And Toastmaster Madhigiri Das, again, was used for once. And Toastmaster Madhu, flawless. MU words are only 1 positive. Amazing. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster Rahul, for that very comprehensive and accurate accounting you have done today. And probably Toastmaster Shuba is competing very badly with me. But it will be 15 hours, because I hold the record here for the maximum number of hours. So anyway, this is just a joke. But as far as the role takers are concerned, they have a wonderful job. They have done really, they are the ones who are the persons who are telling us where we are good, we can improve ourselves. At the cost of their listening to speech itself. They will lose that, but wonderful job. 1 or 2 suggestions, sir. I would suggest that all the role takers tell about the role, the importance of the role, what the timer does, what the PP evaluator is expected to do, what the grammar, importance of grammar. In 1 or 2 sentences, you can do that. I like the Toastmaster Rahul introduced his topic, R counter, which is probably we thought is a very ordinary role. But that importance that I and that energy level, you linked it so beautifully. I really thoroughly liked it the way you did it. You have got that in you to bring that Toastmasters concept in everything you do. That's something really good. I really liked it. And your energy level itself was really great. I really like. Probably we can get a word lesson from you or from him. So let's follow that practice of telling about what the importance of the role. Otherwise, a great job done by all the role play takers. Let us give a big round of applause to all these. Finally, our master of ceremony. One thing I liked about you was your presence behind the lectern as usual. You have got a sense of humor which is unique. And what is like is you practice voice modulation very consciously. It's really great. And you are successful also in that. I really liked it in your story narration regarding that railway project. What is his name? James Stacker. Yeah, his story and how one he ignites a spark in others so that the energy level is built up. Ultimately, the railway line is completed in post haste. Wonderful story. And I like the way you connected it to Toastmasters. Because incidentally it was easier thing because Toastmasters based on energy level. So it was that much, it was easier for you. But nevertheless, it's very much required and you did really good job. And what else should I tell? Have I got any specific suggestion to you? Nothing in particular except that probably the beginning story you could have condensed a bit there. It was not really required to give that because the concept of sparking that could have been done in a more succinct manner. That's the only thing I felt. But wonderful master of ceremony, the way you linked your interactions, everything was in perfect order. No comments on that. Very nice job done. So let's give a big round of applause to our master of ceremony. I think I've come to the end of my evaluation. I don't have anything to say except that week after week we attend for getting because newer ideas like we got in Toastmasters. Particularly today, another point I missed out was a response from Toastmaster Rekha. She is probably coming for the first time behind the lectern. What I liked was when a person shares a personal story, it touches your heart more. There's one thing I've really liked about her response today in table topics. Wonderful job done. So there's that one guide to our table topic master that you should be also alert to the level of Toastmasters, some general idea who is a beginner, who is an advanced, so that you can appropriately tailor that speech so that they're not embarrassed by asking some different question because your questions were all intellectual in kind. So probably that's not the right place for some people. So that's one thing. But your response to the speech was really great. I really thoroughly enjoyed it. So overall, it was a very good session today. I enjoyed a lot. I learned a lot more than anything, particularly from the tabletop session. I enjoyed it. I'm sure most of you have. With that, we come to the end of our evaluation. I will hand over back to Toastmaster Jyothi.
Thank you, General Evaluator TM Bhat. We all are aware what better we can do to make this meeting and our speech better next time. And as we come to the end of the meeting, dear friend, let us remember a motto. We do not know. How will we do it? We do not know. How will we do it? But we know we will do it. And as we are sure that we will do it, be assured there will be a creation of energy which will make you do it. Thank you, and with that, back to the Acting President Toastmaster Apoorva.
Once again, a very good evening to everybody. Good evening. Just like energy creates energy, we learn, we grow, and we become better speakers only when we attend our meetings regularly. So I request each of our member who have renewed to please attend the meetings regularly. Let's all habituate to attend our meetings regularly. That is the only way we grow as a public speaker. To summarize today's meeting, I must say today was an energetic meeting indeed. We had some engaging speeches by Toastmaster Aadishwar and Toastmaster Suresh, followed by an intellectual table topic session and a very crisp general evaluation session by TM Bhat, who addressed every single aspect of a meeting in detail. With that, I would like to quickly jump into the winners of the evening. And the best table topic speaker is someone who shared an inspiring story about Kobe Bryant, Toastmaster Madhusudhan. And the best TAPG role taker is someone who believes in simplicity, Toastmaster Rahul. And the best MTG role taker is, oh my god, a very close call. It goes to someone who's given the most energetic theme for the day, Toastmaster Jyothi. And the best evaluator was Toastmaster Shreya. And the best speaker is someone who took me to my journey when I was learning my car, Toastmaster Aadishwar. The announcement for the humorous speech contest and the table topic contest has been made. I urge each of you to actively participate in the table topic contest, and those who have completed your level 2, start preparing for your humorous speech contest. With that, we come to the end of the meeting number 1338.